Hello, I'm Brett Larkin. Today I'm doing a collaboration with another amazing YouTube yoga channel. Lesley Fightmaster Yoga and I have teamed up to bring you videos about how to use yoga to have better posture. This video was requested by you guys. You wrote into me, you said you wanted a video and a yoga sequence for better posture, and I thought how fun would it be to give you not one, but two, and I'm so excited that Lesley has teamed up with me to bring you guys these videos. Make sure to check out Lesley and her channel and also look at her video for better posture after you've done mine. I thought it would be fun for you to get two yoga teachers' perspective on this. I will link to her channel and to her video on posture in the down bar below. We will be using a block in this sequence, and if you don't have a block, just find a rolled up towel or rolled up blanket, and that will work just as well. To start, we're gonna just roll up the shoulders. So find a comfortable stance, feet hip width apart, take the shoulders up, down, and back. Good, we'll use this as a way to tune into the breath. So inhale, roll the shoulders up, down, and back. And since we all wanna work on our posture, I just wanna make this class really accessible for anyone. So no prior yoga experience is required here, guys. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, roll them back. Feel the shoulder blades gliding down the back. Good, inhale, roll up. Exhale, roll the shoulders down and back. Good. To loosen up the body, we'll take some half sun salute. So take the feet hip width apart on your mat. Inhale, circle your arms down, around, and up. Breathe in. Breathe out, swan dive forward. You can bend the knees deeply here. It's totally okay. Inhale, half lift. So I want you to take your flat spine into a flat back. Crown of head is gonna reach away from your tailbone, maybe press into the shins. Exhale, fold. Definitely bend the knees, maybe glide the hands down the back of the calves. Good, inhale, spiral the arms down, around, and up. Look up. Exhale, hands at prayer above the head, and then drag them down to heart center. Good, we'll do two more like that, just to warm up the shoulders and the backs of the legs. Inhale, swoop the arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward, bend the knees. Good, inhale, half lift, think long spine. Crown of head reaches away from the tailbone. Exhale, fold. Back of the hands, slide down your calves. Inhale, circle the arms down, around, and up. Notice where your weight is on your feet as you reach the arms up. Hands touch at prayer. Exhale, drag that prayer down through center line. So we're gonna work on a lot of subtle, cool stuff, but that's not advanced. So again, inhale, reach the arms up. Everyone should be able to take this class. Exhale, fold forward, bend the knees. Breathe in, find your half lift, glide your shoulder blades down the back. So feel your shoulders move towards your seat as opposed to your ears. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, hands slide down the calves. Good, inhale, circle the arms down, around, and up. Reach up. Good, this time a little different. Exhale, I want you to take your hands behind you, and I want you to interlace your fingers behind your back. So make a fist. Good. And then take that fist over to the left. Nice. And then let your head drop over to the left as well. So nice, deep neck stretch. Breathe in. Good, breathe out. Something I want you to notice here, where your floating front ribs are in space. So if they were really splayed out, I might look like this. And if they were really drawn in, I might look like this. So those are two big exaggerations. But just start to notice and play with the weight, where the weight is on the soles or balls or heels of the feet. Maybe lean a little bit forward and back or left to right. And then also just start to notice if your front ribs are really, splayed out and your low back arched, or if they're really knitted in and your low back seems rounded. And you can always look in a mirror too. It's really helpful. Inhale. Let's circle the arms down, around, and up. Breathe in. Exhale. Clasp the hands behind your back again. Try to find the opposite interlacing of your fingers if you can remember. Take that fist over to the right, and we'll drop the head to the right. Just let tension melt away from the neck. Maybe move the weight into the balls of the feet and the heels, or sway left to right. Just try to get a sense of if you think your low back is maybe too arched or too rounded. So a lot of times with posture, we just think about rolling the shoulders down and back. which is obviously a huge part of it. But I want to take it a little deeper because it also involves the neck, and it also involves pelvic alignment and really having our front ribs in the proper alignment as well. Good, let that go. Inhale, circle the arms down, around, and up. Exhale, melt forward, bend the knees. Good, inhale, half lift. Exhale, step it back to a plank pose. And this is a nice place again to try to do a little self-analysis. So stack the shoulders over your wrists. And notice, do you think you're like maybe dumping in the low back? Or do you think maybe you're kind of rounded and up here? And again, if you have a mirror, that can really help you out if you want to look at some of these poses after class. Otherwise, just press your heels back, reach your sternum forward, glide your shoulder blades down your back. We're holding here for 3. Find your breath nice, deep and big. Exhale, pull your navel up towards your spine. Good, last 2. Last one. Come into your downward facing dog. Maybe for you that means the knees are really bent. Extend through all your fingertips. Move all the fingers as far apart from one another as possible. So it's like you have little pie slices between each finger, and then really press down through your index finger knuckle. And I want to share with you a trick I recently learned. To make sure you're really pressing through that index finger knuckle, I want you to lift your pinky fingers and press down through your index knuckle more. Good, and then set the pinkies down. Now I want you to imagine that your 2 hands are on 2 dials. All right, and you want to turn those dials in towards the center of your body. So that would mean that your left hand is going to move clockwise and your right hand is going to move counterclockwise to turn the dials in. So you should feel like your forearms are spinning in. From there, I want you to spin your biceps out and roll your shoulders down and back. Maybe bend the knees, send your seat higher to the sky. And find this really active feeling of the shoulders rolling open and the biceps spinning open, even as the forearms and the hands on those dials spin in. It's a little complicated, but see if you can feel it. It's really cool. Good. Last breath holding here. Exhale, come down onto your knees. Good. Inhale, we'll come into our up cat. So this up cat, down cat is just so great for finding mobility in the whole spine. Inhale, yearn the heart forward, send the collarbones back. Exhale, round. Be a Halloween cat here. Draw the chin into the chest, lengthen the tailbone to the space between your knees. Good. Just do this 3 more times. Rolling the shoulders open. Exhale, rounding. Good. This time when we come into up cat, I want you to find that same alignment. So inhale, come into up cat. This time we'll hold. And again, think of the hands and the forearms spinning in. So your hands are on 2 dials. Left hand moves clockwise, right hand moves counterclockwise. And then spin your biceps open and your shoulders down and back, even as your forearms spin in. Good. And then come into down cat, but keep that energy in the hands. Good. Breathe in, find your up cat. Fingers really spread apart from one another. So even if you're a really advanced practitioner, these subtle adjustments, the hands on the dials, spinning in, the biceps spinning out, rolling your shoulders down and back are really cool. Last one. Good. Come back into your downward facing dog. So again, knees bent or straight. You can always pedal through the legs here. Walk up so your feet and hands touch or come close to touching. Feet can always be hip width apart. Breathe in, half lift, get long. Exhale, fold. 2 more times. Inhale, breathe in, half lift. Exhale, fold. Last time, finding your flat back, drawing the shoulder blades down the back for a nice long spine. Spine is parallel to the floor. Exhale, fold. Good. This time, bend the knees really deeply. It's like you want to come into a squat. And again, for posture, we need to have body awareness overall. So I want us to round up 1 vertebra at a time, like a rag doll. So keeping the knees bent, I want you to lengthen your tailbone towards your heels. Take time with this. Round up through your low back, your mid back, and your upper back. And if you kind of rush through it because you needed to look at me, or look at your laptop or iPad or whatever, we're going to do it again. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive forward, bend the knees super deeply. This is something I love doing. And then again, imagine your head is a bowling ball, chin into chest. Now that you've seen it, you know what the spinal roll up looks like. Feel your low back round, mid back round, around your bra line round, slowly shoulders round, up, down, and back, and then your chin is parallel to the floor. Good. So you can keep your feet hip width apart if you're a beginner, or if you've been doing yoga for a while, bring your toes to touch, heels apart. We're coming into chair pose. So it's like you sit back into a chair, squeeze the inner thighs together. Good. Notice if you're sticking your booty out and your low back is arched. See if you can think of your hips tucking underneath you, pulling the navel back. Good. We're here for 3 breaths. 2 breaths. Last breath, sink a little lower. Good, keep the knees bent as they are. Just take the hands to the knees. Good, I want you to let your front ribs splay open. So you can feel and take your hands to the space between your ribs and then arch your back, stick your booty out and feel your front ribs splay open. Good, now do the opposite. I want you to round your back. So tuck your pelvis, curl your tailbone under and round. Good, same thing, inhale. Arch too much, let the front ribs splay open. Obviously don't hurt yourself. We're just kind of seeing where the extremes are so we can find neutral, right? And then round. Good, and now see if you can find neutral. We'll just hold for 2 more breaths. A little burning in the thighs is always good. Last 2. Good, last one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Good, breathe in, look up. Exhale, flow through plank chaturanga or just step to down dog if you're one of my beginners with me here. Plank chaturanga only if you have a regular practice. Good, we'll all meet in down dog. Nice, I want you to take the right leg high to the sky. Good, bend the knees, stack the hips. Notice if your right shoulder has spiraled open, spiral it back down towards the mat. Press down through the index finger knuckles again. Exhale, step the right foot between the hands, left knee to the mat, low lunge. Good, take both hands to your top knee. Make sure your front knee is right over the ankle. Press your hands into the ankle, roll the shoulders down and back. Good, and then I want you to do that rounding, that like as if you wanted to come into the Halloween cat position. See how I'm knitting my front ribs? Good, and then roll the shoulders down and back. Again, whew, very tall. And then maybe float the arms up and come into this low lunge variation. And you should really feel like your front ribs are knitting together. So they're drawing together towards the back of your spine. Good, last breath. Exhale, hands frame the foot. Step back and move through plank, chaturanga, or just lower to downward facing dog. Let's take the left leg up and back. Bend the knees, stack the hips. If you notice that left shoulder spiraling open, draw it down. Good, and then take the left foot between the hands. Make sure the left knee is directly over the ankle. Take the hands to the knee. Good. So there's 2 steps here. I want you to roll the shoulders down and back, press into the knee. But then I want you to pull your navel up and in, knit your front ribs together. It should feel almost like you want to round and do that down cat action. But then once you have the ribs pulled in, roll your shoulders down and back again, even more. So you're really tall and there's this incredible integrity and alignment in the spine. Reach the arms up. So a lot of times we think good posture is just like roll the shoulders back. But I could have the shoulders rolled back and be like, blah, right, with my front ribs splayed open and my legs all over the place. So it's really this articulation of pulling the navel in, knitting the front ribs in, and from that containment, rolling the shoulders open once again. Last breath. Good. Exhale, hands frame the foot. Take it just to down dog, or if you're an advanced practitioner, you want to move through plank chaturanga, go for it. Good. Let's walk the feet to meet the hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle the arms down, around, and up. Really reach up. Exhale, sink low, chair pose, and have your feet hip width apart this time, everyone. Good. Begin drawing your tailbone down, lifting your navel up and in. Good. Breathe in. I want you to broaden across your chest. So look up, maybe broaden across the collarbones, widen the shoulders, and then exhale, keeping the knees bent. Come into a flat back so your spine is truly parallel to the floor. Good, we'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, knees stay bent the whole time. You're just gonna look up, breathe in. Exhale, swoop forward, find your flat back. Feel the crown of your head reach away from your tailbone. Good, inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Nice, last time, inhale, reach up. Knees stay bent. Exhale, fold. Good, stay here this time. So it's always nice when we work on our posture to think of our spine being in alignment with horizontal and vertical lines. So here, think of your spine parallel with the floor. So feel your fingers, like I'm pulling your fingers back. Good, draw your navel up and in, knit those front ribs together. So you should feel this gentle pulling away of your organs from the floor towards your back body. Good, and then interlace your hands behind you like we did before, and then just straighten the legs or keep them bent. We're just coming into a shoulder stretch, forward fold. Draw your shoulders up towards the sky, and then send that fist forward in space. Good, last breath. Let the hands come to the floor. Slowly again, bend the knees. We'll roll up like a ragdoll, 1 vertebra at a time. So feel through low back, mid back, upper back. Head is the last thing to come up. Take a nice wide stance on your mat. So have your toes in a little bit and your heels out. Inhale, swoop the arms up. Exhale, take the elbows wide. Take the right elbow under the left. Good. Inhale. Now I want you to turn your heels in and your toes out, and then bend your knees. Good. So you're going to draw your shoulder blades down your back, lift your elbows up and away from your face. Good. And then this requires balance. So if you're a beginner, you can always not come as low. If you're an advanced practitioner, I really want your thigh bones parallel to the floor. I want you to inhale here. Exhale, tick-tock over to the right. And then you're going to find that round position as you draw your chin into the chest to come through center. It's like your little clock with your arms bound. Come to the right and back up. Good, let's go again to the right or whatever direction you're going, doesn't matter. Maybe get a nice stretch in the low back as you come on up. Good, and then let's take it over to the left. And if you can't interlace the arms like this, you can always just hold like you're giving yourself a hug. It's kind of the same sensation. Last time over to the left. Good. And then inhale, sweep the arms up, turn the toes back in again, and then this time exhale, we'll fold forward. Good, so fold forward. Begin pulling up through your legs. So pull up through the soles of your feet, engage your quadriceps, feel your kneecaps lift. Deep breath in, exhale all the way. And then plant your left hand underneath your face and reach your right hand to the sky. So we're rolling the shoulder open, right shoulder stacks over left. From there, think of your navel pulling up and in and your tailbone lengthening away from the crown of your head. Notice if your low back is arched. Exhale, take the right hand underneath your face and the left hand to the sky. So we're tuning in to some subtle, again, abs, ribs, all the different pieces of the spine that need to be aligned for good posture, but we're also just loosening up the shoulders and the area of the shoulders. Because for so many of us, anytime we hear a loud noise, anytime we're typing at a desk, our shoulders are creeping towards our ears. So here in this pose now, glide your shoulders down and back. Stack right over left, last breath. Exhale, come back into this nice fold. And one more breath, just stretch the back of the legs. Good, and then slowly inhale, come to a flat back, take your hands to your hips. Once again, find all the different elements of the spine. So lengthen your tailbone, back, Draw your navel up, hug your front ribs in. So you should feel your navel and your front ribs kind of pull away from the floor and into your back body. Breathe in. Exhale, come on up. Good, bring the heels in and the toes out again. You're gonna inhale, reach the arms up. Take the elbows wide. Good, left elbow under right. Good, bend the knees deeply. Come into this goddess or horse stance position. First, glide your shoulders down your back. So most important thing is you want the shoulders gliding down. And then from there, maybe energetically lift the elbows. And then you're gonna tick-tock over to the left and down. Always just giving yourself a hug if the bind in the arms is too much. And then really coming up through a stretch in the side body. So inhale, get taller, and then find this big side body stretch, then round forward, chin into chest, maybe stretching out the low back here too, and coming up. Good, take it to the other side. And last one, getting a side body stretch. Hopefully low back stretch. It is a balance. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, take the hands to the hips. Jump the feet together. Come to the top of the mat. Inhale, reach the palms down around in it. Exhale, breathe out, swan dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step it back, plank, chaturanga, or just whole down dog. So if you're new to yoga, just come to your down dog and hold. Good. And then we'll all inhale and come into a plank position. Think up with your whole body. So think thigh bones up, navel up. Again, navel and front ribs knit away from the floor. And you're gonna lower down with control. You can always drop the knees if you're a beginner, otherwise slowly take it down. Same theme of mobilizing the shoulders. I want you to take your hands a little bit wider than your mat, so your hands are on your wood or your carpet floor. And then press yourself up with nice wide palms. Maybe you want to come up onto the fingertips into a cobra. And maybe this is down here for you, that's totally fine. Maybe you're pressing yourself up a little more. Wherever you are, press your hips into the mat and draw your navel like someone took an ice cream scoop from your pelvis to your navel and told you to suck in. Good. Look up, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, feel through every vertebra in your back as you come on down. Good, again, your in-breath, press into the floor, roll the shoulders down and back. I like here to think of spiraling my elbows forward and drawing my shoulders down and back. Last breath, exhale, roll down. Good, so go on your own for 2 more. So you don't need to listen to my breath call or stay with me. Spiral, elbows in, heart lifts. Exhale, melt forward. Good. Inhale, whenever you next come up, I want you to come up just like we've been doing, but I want you to look over the right shoulder. Really draw the right shoulder down and back. Try to get this broadness across the chest as you look right. Exhale. Gently come on down. Now, if you're feeling this in your low back, you're coming up too high. So you don't want to be straining your low back. And you won't strain your low back. Look over to the left. If you pull your navel up and in, and think of drawing your hips down towards the floor. Good. Nice. And then let's come into our child's pose. So press into the floor. Take your hips to your heels, and your knees can be as wide as the mat, or your knees can be touching and together, and you can rest your chest on your thigh bones, whichever you prefer. So knees apart or knees together, your choice. And this child's pose for today's focus with the posture, I just want you to spiral your palms up. So have your palms face the ceiling here. And staying in child's pose, bring your hands to prayer, so palms touch. Reach your palms forward, and then bend at the elbow and take your thumbs between your shoulder blades. So you should feel maybe a little stretch for the biceps. Rock the hips from side to side. And those of you that have bought my Always Be Stretching course, in which I ship you my 5 favorite yoga props, one of my favorite things to do here, just in case you do have the block, is to put my elbow, I'll use 2 blocks and have an elbow on each block and get a really super awesome bicep stretch here. Sometimes you feel the bicep stretch with the elbow on the floor, but with the block, it gets really delicious. Last breath. Good. And then slowly press yourself up. Those of you that have the block, keep that block right nearby. If you're using the rolled up blanket, you're going to get that. You're going to place the block or the blanket just underneath your bra line. So if you imagine the bra line or the bottom of the shoulder blades is here, that's about where you want to place the top of the block. Now keep in mind that the block has 3 heights. So I'm going to suggest it on the lower height. And if you're using the blanket, you're just going to roll the blanket up, get it as thick as you can. You can always scrunch up a pillow from the bed. So I'll show the blanket first. Soles of the feet to the floor. You're just going to roll over the blanket. So it should be just a nice gentle chest opener here. And take the arms in a cactus shape, elbows wide. And make sure that the blanket or the block, again, is right underneath the bra line for this nice little gentle shoulder stretch. And some of you who have the block, maybe this is intense. Maybe you want to take a blanket or a pillow underneath the head for support. So we're going to be here a little bit, so definitely find a situation that is comfortable for you. And a lot of what will make this more or less comfortable is how you have your legs. So let me give you a couple options. You want the knees pointing towards the ceiling. So that would be one option, is just feet neutral, knees pointed towards the ceiling. Hopefully we're all there right now. Something that might feel better for you is to take your feet as wide as the mat. So heel toe your feet out until you feel them at the edges of your mat, and then let your knees drop in towards one another. So your knees kiss at center. Take a couple deep breaths. And your third option, if you're still not comfortable, would be to take the legs in a butterfly shape. So bring the soles of the feet to touch, take the knees wide, and find Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet touching, knees wide, butterfly. And then the last option would be to just extend the legs long. So no one option is better than the other. Basically, we're looking to not strain the low back or have the low back be easeful as we do this passive back bend, stretch, shoulder opening. And breathe deeply here. So in order to have better posture, we also need to breathe bigger and fuller. We need to stretch our intercostal muscles, stretch our diaphragm, which is what yoga is so good for. So take a huge 3 count in breath. 1, 2, 3. Fill up with breath. Feel your ribs expand, and then exhale, nose or mouth. Let it go. And do 4 more like that. Just breathing in as big as you can. Imagine your body's a balloon. You're just trying to inflate it with breath so much that it pops. Exhale, let it go. Last breath. Good. Press your elbows into the floor. And use your elbows to gently navigate yourself up, just so that you can remove the block or remove the blanket. And we're coming down into Shavasana. Just some things I want to articulate as we come into Shavasana. I want you to take your right hand on your belly, left hand on your chest. And from here, I want you to have your toes and legs completely relaxed, which will probably mean that your toes point out to the left and right of the room. And now, just to kind of close the loop with the articulations we've been practicing, take your toes to point in towards one another. Good, and then take them back to point to the left and right of the room. They just kind of flop open. Good, and then take toes to point back to center. Good, then take your toes straight up so they face the ceiling. Pinky toes and big toes both face the ceiling. From there, I want you to pull your navel down and back. Again, imagine someone took an ice cream scoop from the top of your pelvis to your belly button and kind of just hollowed out your abs. Feel your abdominal wall pulling back into your spine. And then maybe take your hand now to your ribs. Knit the front ribs together. Keep the toes pointing directly towards the ceiling. Good, and now let your arms go long. Press the right shoulder down into the mat and draw that right shoulder blade underneath you. So you may need to lift your chest a little bit and press into your right elbow, and then draw. It's like you're folding, like origami. Fold the right shoulder blade more underneath your back. So you nestle the shoulder blade closer back down and in towards your spine. And then same thing on the left. Press the left elbow into the mat, draw the left shoulder up, and then nestle. Draw the left shoulder blade down, back and underneath you. And then let both arms go long. Good. And now keeping the navel pulled back and the ribs knitted in, now let your legs relax. So maybe the toes don't exactly point towards the sky. Maybe they're a little bit more to the left and right. But just notice how your spine feels. Notice how your shoulders feel. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Shavasana. I invite you to stay in Shavasana for as long as you possibly can. If and when you have to move on, just draw one knee into the chest and then the other, giving yourself a squeeze, and rock and roll or move through the fetal position to slowly come up to a seated position. No rush. Once again, I'm Brett Larkin. Make sure to check out Lesley's complimentary video that she also did about yoga for better posture. The link to her video is below. As always, from my heart to yours, namaste.